So, right, I'm in the church, in a church house. While they right upstairs praising God's name, I'm downstairs fighting my demons. Like, it's ridiculous. So, when that happened, it was just like, by Gotti, oh, word? We here now. All I remember, like, she swung at me. Like, she took the first swung. I said, boop. I'm telling y'all this so y'all can understand the importance of having control over your emotions, okay? Welcome to my channel. You are on Dacia's journey. Let's go. Inside, but my heart is in your hands, and I don't know what to do. Hi guys. All right. What's up? How you doing? I am coming with the energy today because this is the third time I'm recording this video. Let me tell you something. The first video that I recorded, this one, I came with too much energy. And then the second video, I came with no energy. I was like, yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened. Listen, nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to watch that. But anyway, let's get into the video. So, I used to go to church a lot, like, when I was young. Like, my parents, we went to church. We went to Bible study. We went to church on Sunday. We joined the choir. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in the church, okay? So, I was in church. And this was my junior year of high school. And okay. Let me just slow down for a bit. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm going to give y'all a backstory, but I don't want to give y'all too much detail. A little bit of detail that will, like, you know, explain why I was so freaking crazy in my brain. Because I was angry. Like, I was an angry child. I was an angry teenager. And I didn't recognize how severe my anger was because I was a very controlled, angry person. Like, you know, like, not very controlled because, listen, I did not display control here, but very controlled in a sense where it's like, I'm not out here, like, cursing everybody out for no good reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I bet, like, I'll be cool with you. Like, I'll be cordial, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody, like, pull up to me and talk to me, like, I'm gonna talk to you. Like, I'm not gonna be rude. Like, I wasn't rude. Like, it was just, if you played me, or if you, like, disrespected me or my brothers, honey, I got 5 years of anger in the back that I've been ready to use, honey. My tank is full. Did you want me to use it on you? You know, that was the kind of energy my anger was giving. Like, it was like there was this beast behind the cage, and it was like, oh, bet. It's time for me to come out. And that thing just come busting through. And it was just like, wow, okay, let the beats go. You know, I don't know. If you relate, you relate. Let me know if you relate, because I be feeling like I'm the only one out here, bro. Like, I really do. But anyway. So, I was very angry. So, when it came to my junior year of high school, at this point, my parents were divorced. I was living with my father and my step family, like my stepmother, my stepbrother, and all that stuff, and my brothers. And it was a very, like, it wasn't just, like, I had a lot going on. I'm going to get into detail on that later, because that, seriously, like, just living there it's a story. Like, excuse me, I'm a little sick, so when I laugh, don't come at my little cough laugh, okay? Okay? All right, thank you. So, let's bring it back. So, I was living there, and I was just a little angry girl. I was an angry girl. I was very depressed, and I was very, like, I struggled with an eating disorder, like, for a long time, like, and that's when it really started, like, getting, like, bad. Like, I was not eating, so imagine that. Now let's talk about this actual situation, right? So let's get into it. So I'm gonna give y'all some background on the story before I get into the actual fight that happened in the church, because it's important. It goes all together. Like, if I just tell you about what happened in the church, it's gonna be like, but why, Dacia? Why would you like that? You know? So I'm gonna tell you why. So we was going to the same church, right? Okay, let me name this girl Chanel. I think that's a pretty name. And I ain't even about to be funny, because it's no beef between me and Chanel. Like, Chanel's not her real name. I doubt that's, like, her middle name or anything like that. Like, there's no beef between me and baby girl. Like, we could. Like, I still got her on Instagram this day. Like, we could. So Chanel, me and Chanel, like, we went to the same church or whatever, right? And we've been going to that same church for a long time, and then we ended up going to the same school, like, around the same time. It was a very big coincidence, but we never really interacted in school. Like, we was two different people from in church and in school type of thing. Like, it was just like, you over there, I'm over here. But, like, it wasn't like a problem type of thing. But, you know, one day like one in particular day, like it just became like this weird energy. Like I don't know, like did I miss something? Like did I? Like to this day, sometimes I'm like, what? What? Nah, I'm not. I'm lying. It's not to this day. I do not be thinking about this, but it's like sometimes, like you know, when you just wonder, like, what happened for real, for real. Like, you know, I know what happened, but like, how did this really start for real? But let me tell you my perspective. So, all I really remember is that it was this in particular Saturday, and on Saturday, like not every Saturday, but there would be some Saturdays that they some members of the church will take the kids out to go to an event to do service for the community. Like we would go to a senior citizen's home to paint their nails, you know, make them some food, serve them some food, you know, just spend time with senior citizens. Or we would go to like a shelter like area and we would feed them, like stuff like that, just like, you know, community service. So that's what we was doing, and all the kids was there, like, you know, so that means like Chanel, she was there, I was there, my brothers was there. So it was all of us there, whatever, for this little event or whatever. So, right, so long story short, we had the little event, everything was cool. We get in the van, like, to go back home, and there was, like, this energy. Like, one thing about me, like, I don't know, I pick up on energy regardless if I want to or not. And even back in the day, like, when I was a teenager, like, that was just something that always, like, was the case. Like, I'm always gonna feel something is up. Like, I just would know. Like, and I can't ignore it. Like, I can't be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, no, like, I know this thing, and this is a problem. You know? So, I picked up on, like, this, like, animosity kind of energy. Like, there was, like, but it really wasn't, like, oh, I want to smoke right now kind of energy. It was more like, I don't know, like, it was just like smoke is in the air, like, you know, smoke is coming, something's coming, a problem is arising. I don't know, it just was feeling like something was up, right? So I'm like feeling some type of way, but I'm mind my business or whatever, and everybody's getting in the car or whatever, and all I hear is like this little chit chat coming from the back from Chanel and her cousin, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And it was just like these like little chittering, snickering I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? What's so funny? Like, you know, like, but honestly, like, to be for real, like, I really wasn't paying them much mind. It's just like, you could hear it. Like, it really, the van wasn't that big. Like, I was right there. Like, and it wasn't like that many kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a full school bus. Like, it was really, like, I could hear you. You feel what I'm saying? So, I would mind my business, though. I didn't really pay it no much mind. But then all I heard was something about my brother. Like, I heard something about, like, my brother's name was mentioned. And I don't know, like he's the only, like, his name is the only name that was, like, between all of us. So it's just like, you're not talking about nobody else. Like, you're talking about my brother. So what did you say? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's literally just what happened. And I just turned around, I was like, what was that? Like, what happened? And I think, like, if I remember correctly, I don't think she said anything. It was just like, mind your business or something like that. I don't know. It was just this, like, little, like, debacle that went on. Like, this little heated thing, like, ugh, like that little, you know, when you shoot those fireworks up and then, like, it explodes and it goes, pew, like, it doesn't really do that little pow, pow, pow. It's like one of those, pew. Like, it was one of those little debacles. Like, you know, pew. Like, it went up and it went right back down. Like, it really was nothing. And if I'm being honest, I really don't remember the words that was exchanged between us in that moment, but I remembered it, like, the energy. It was just like, girl, and she's like, girl, you know, like, so it was just kind of like that. And my sister, like, she knew it was like something was going on, but like we both was like, what the heck, like, where did that just come from? But she's telling me, she's like, nah, they should, like, don't overlook that, like. And I was just like, I'm not. It's just like, I'm confused. Like, one thing about me, like, when somebody has a problem, or like when they're starting something with me, especially when like it's like beyond me, like, where is this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, and when I get that confused to that extent, it's really hard for me to, like, focus on anything else, because I'm too confused. I'm like, wait, like, what is your problem? Like, and so with this situation with Chanel, like, my sister saying, like, yo, like, I think she's serious, like, you know, like, I know them kind of girls, da da da, like, they start things, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay. Basically, like, my sister was just trying to put me on, like, yo, like, I really think this is nothing to play around with, like, don't overlook this. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not overlooking it. It's just because, like, I pause, like, you know, every time I have a pause, people think, like, I don't know what they think, truly, but it's just, like, you can tell, like, it's like, they should do something, you know, like, it's just because I really be like, my brain really be like, what? Like, my brain go through every different avenue. Like, it'll go like here, like maybe it's this, nah, that don't make sense. Maybe it's this, nah, that don't make sense. And it'll be just like, I just like, I can't figure this out. And especially with Chanel, like, it was random. Like, Chanel, what happened? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was very confused. But at the end of the day, like, you said my brother's name and snickered. So there's beef now. Like, but I wasn't going to start nothing. For like, one thing about it, like, I am confrontational, but I don't like to like start a problem. Like, I like to solve the problem. That's why I'm confrontational, because I want to solve this issue. There's an issue, so I'm going to confront you with it. We're going to solve it. But if there's no solution, if I can't find a solution, whether that's on me or whether that's on you, I'm not going to bring a problem to you or confront you with a problem, because then that's when it's just going to be hella emotions going back and forth. And I don't like to fight. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those people who's like, yeah, like I want to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, it's like, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just really what it is. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want to do it though. You know what I'm saying? If I could find a different avenue, I would like to. But like, from where I'm from, I don't know. So anyway, like, we ended up stopping somewhere, I think, to get something to eat or whatever. But after we got in a van or whatever from the event, like, we had stopped to go to the bathroom or get something to eat. We stopped somewhere, and some of the kids was getting out the car, but I didn't want to get out the car. Like, one thing about it, once I felt some type of way, like, I felt some type of way for like an extended period of time. Like, back then, like, it was very hard to shake an emotion for me. So I was sitting there with a little attitude, because what the heck was that about? She never explained to me what that was about, and I'm confused. I don't like being confused. So I'm still sitting here trying to figure it out. Like, not like this. Like, I would stew on stuff. Like, I would really be like, what the heck? What was that? So anyway, like, I was sitting there with a little attitude. Shorty went inside. She came back, and the ladies who Chanel, I said Shorty, my bad. Chanel went outside. She came back, and the ladies who took us out for the event, the ladies from the church who took us out, I don't want to really name them, because they're very much involved in the whole fight too as well. So I kind of want to just I'm gonna call them Miss and Mrs., because one was married and one wasn't. So yeah, Miss and Mrs. All right. So Miss was related-ish to Chanel. Isn't that so interesting? Small world. So like, they were related-ish. Like, it was either that her and her mom was like friends from forever, like, you know, like, whereas like they were childhood friends and that's why they called each other like family, or they're actually blood. I'm not too sure. So Miss saw that there was beef with her little niece or whatever, and like, she saw what was like, you know when you know your person or whatever, like, she like, what's good? So, and she kind of heard the little snickering going on between me and her, like that little phew that went on in the beginning when we first got in the car. So she heard that. She's like, what's good with y'all? Basically, you know, I'm just like, I'm good. And she's like, yeah, I'm good too. You're like, you know, mad black girl attitude. Like, it was just terrible. Like, like, there's no problem. Like, if she had a problem, she could say something. Like, you know, like, just mad extra. Nah, I'm kidding. We didn't do all that, but that was just definitely the energy was given. Like, it was like, nah, I'm good. Like, and so she's like, Miss was like, she was like, girls, like, I feel like, you know, we definitely need to squash this before we move on. We don't want to bring this back into the church, etc., etc. And we're like, okay, yeah, you know, everything cool. And there's nothing to squash. We're good. And honestly, from that moment on, I was like, okay, there's beef. Like, we're saying it's good, but I don't know, like, the energy that was there was very unnecessary if there wasn't beef. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if there really wasn't beef, then that wouldn't have been brought to the table. Sure, I brought it to the table too. But baby girl, why are you bringing it back? So anyway, because it was so random, guys. You have no idea it was random. And the only reason I was bringing it is because, like, anytime I smell some kind of, like, offense, I immediately get defensive to this day. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm still working on it. Like, as soon as I understand, like, somebody is trying to offend me in some way, like, immediately I get defensive. And immediately it's like, what you want to do? And it's like, dang, they should. Like, we went back home or whatever. Like, we went back to the church. You know, our parents picked us up. We went back home. So on the way back home, like, I'm talking to my stepmother. And I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, you know, like, this, that, and the third went down, whatever. And she's like, oh. Okay. And like, bro, as soon as she said that, bro, I was like, yeah, she know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, all right, like, my stepmother, she from New York, right? I'm from New Jersey. I don't know where baby girl, where Chanel is from. I think she's from New Jersey too. But it's just like, you can kind of just tell when there's like somebody wants smoke with you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like this in different cities. I'm not sure. But like from where I'm from, like you can just tell. Like it's like, oh, they're, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just like one of those situations was like, okay, you need to watch your back because that was, you feel what I'm saying? Like we just be knowing. Me, I don't want to curse on the channel, but we just be knowing, So she gave me that like, oh, and I was like, that was like triple confirmation. I get home or whatever, I'm chilling, I'm on my business, but I'm trying to shake it off because I'm home now. It's over, like it's really over. But the next day we have church, so I'm just like, I'm gonna see her tomorrow, and I don't know. So we're getting into the nitty gritty, guys. This was the background. I gave you a whole background story of before the title of this story takes place. Okay, let's fast forward to the next morning. Yo, when I tell you, I woke up feeling like there was smoke in the air, and it had my name on it, like in bold letters. I was like, yo, who's sending the fire? What is that? Like when I tell you I pick up on things, okay? So I was like, yo, somebody wants to problem me. 2 + 2 = Chanel. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm definitely gonna see her today. Let's see how this go. I'm gonna mind my business though. I'm not gonna start nothing. But what I did do is make sure I dress comfortably. Okay? So I get to the church, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, am I gonna go downstairs or I'm gonna stay upstairs with the adults? So this is how it was for church, right? So in church, like you can stay upstairs with the adults while they're doing praise and worship, or you can go downstairs and do like kids Sunday school or whatever. Like all the kids like go downstairs. I mean teenagers and below go downstairs and just chill out and listen to them, like listen to Mrs. and Miss give us information about the Bible. We do little like arts and crafts and stuff like that. We do all types of different things for real. So I was like, am I gonna go down there? I'm gonna go upstairs because like I said, I already knew there was smoke in the air, and we're here now. So I'm more than like I knew she was downstairs. You feel what I'm saying? Like I knew she was downstairs. Like I already knew that she's downstairs all the time. So I'm like, am I gonna avoid the problem or am I gonna walk into the problem? But one thing about it, like my little brothers was gonna be down. So I have 3 brothers. So one of my brothers, he played the drums for the church, and he was that was the one she was talking about. So I was like, she probably not gonna talk about him anymore. Like he's upstairs, like you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, I still got my 2 little brothers who's gonna be downstairs, and I don't know what she on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what she's on. Like I don't know if it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I don't know if it was just yesterday. I don't know if she's just like messing with one brother, if she's gonna mess with all of us. Like after what happened yesterday, like I'm pretty sure she already understand. Like I'm not like in the best mood with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know what she gonna do. Like I don't know what she's capable of. And one thing about it, like I'm not about to just send my little brother. I mean, like I'm not their mother, their father, but like I'm very overprotective of my brothers. So I wasn't just about to let them go downstairs, into the belly of the beast. I'm kidding. But like if they like, like if somebody got smoke with me, I just don't want anybody attached to me around them. Like I don't know what you gonna do. You might hold them for ransom. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna go with them. Okay, if they gotta go, I'm gonna just go with them. So that's what I did. I literally just went downstairs and I went with them, and my stepbrother, he came too. So we're down there, whatever, in the little kids section, everything. We getting everything started. When I tell you, I went downstairs. I saw baby girl and Tim's. If y'all don't know what Tim's is, I will add a picture here for you guys. But listen, back where I'm from, Tim's is immediate communication to the opposite opponent. There is war on this battleground. Like literally, that is a direct line of communication to your opposition, and that says, listen, square up or get effed up. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. That means they have intentions on hurting you in violent ways. I'm telling y'all something. I'm really trying to tell y'all something. Okay? Nowadays, people wear it just because I saw baby girl, Chanel, pretty woman. She's so cute. Because she really is. A little attitude. Yo, shorty was sitting there with them damn tens on. I said, oh. Because like I said, I already got, like, it was like the birdie sent me the message this morning, straight off the wake up. I already understood. You know what I'm saying? So when I get here, I'm like, oh, man. Okay, if I needed any more clarity, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like copy. So immediately, I'm defensive. Like I said, like I explained earlier in the video, as soon as I get like a sense of someone, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to offend me in some kind of way, or they feel offended or whatever, they feel like they need to defend themselves over me, like, I get defensive too. So it was like, since we was in church, I still had the logic to say, at that moment, even though I was defensive, I still had the logic to say, okay, this is not a good idea. Like, my dad, like, he's the minister in the church. So, like, I'm the daughter's minister. So it's like, I said the daughter's minister. I'm the daughter's minister. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm the minister of the daughter. All right, so why can't I say this right? I'm the daughter of the minister. Okay. So I'm the daughter of the minister, right? So I didn't really want to be a problem, you know? Like, reputation was very big for my dad. So I was like, I really didn't want to do that. Like, remembering it right now, like, I'm smiling so hard because it's like, I remember my thought pattern. I was like, yo, like, if this happens, like, this is gonna be a big situation. Like, my father's gonna whoop me in every day. Like, you know, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble. I was like, I gotta get up out of here, right? So I'm like, all right, let me, I'm thinking on my head, let me get up out of here. But I'm like, you know what, let me just vibe. Nothing's going on. I'm peeping the scene. She's having comments, like, she's communicating with her cousins or whatever, like, and her siblings. So I'm like, it look like she minding her business. So let me just mind mine, right? So Miss and Mrs. is like, all right, guys, come on, let's get into prayer, let's start or whatever. So we all gather up and hold hands. I'm very strategic. I made sure we was on opposite sides. You feel what I'm saying? Brothers, stay over here. Literally, I told them, like, y'all stay by me, okay? So that's what they did, right? So that's what they did, whatever. So I'm holding hands, whatever. We having a prayer. And, like, literally, we're about to start praying, but then here goes Mrs. Not Miss this time, Mrs. It's like if not one, it's the other, right? So Mrs. is like, guys, she just like we have all our heads is bowed, we ready for prayer. She goes, guys, we're like, what? Like, what? And she's like, there's a lot of tension in this room. And I was like, oh, yeah. I gotta go. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, when someone calls out, like I said, if there's no solution to a problem for me, like, at that point, like, you got Tim's on, I'm already feeling the tension in the air. I feel smoke, you know, being directed at me. At that point, the only solution is to fight. Like, there's no, I mean, I guess there is, like, when you're mature, it's like, all right, sis, like, let's not fight, let's talk it out, right? But we kids, and we think we grown. So it's like the only option is to fight at that point. It's like, all right, this needs to be squashed with boo 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 boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it gets squashed. Or a heated argument where we're dang near about to fight, right? So I'm like, since that's the only solution, I need to get out of here, because, like, she's bringing it up, and I just knew she was thinking. I knew the tension was directed between me and Chanel. I just knew it. Like, nobody else had a problem. So I was like, I need to go. So as soon as she said, I was like, I gotta go. But I didn't say nothing yet. Like, she was just like, I just wanted to see if anyone was willing to talk about it, and nobody said nothing. And then so she was just like, okay, whatever, she was like, wait, no, and then she was like, nobody said nothing, and she was like, all right, I want to give y'all the floor, like, please. And then here goes Chanel, like, looking at me, snickering, bro. When I tell you, bro, she was the pettiest female I ever met, like, at that period in my life, because I never really, like, I don't socialize, like, you know, to this day I don't really socialize. So back then, like, I really didn't have problems like that. Like, it came once in a blue moon for me, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, Like, you know, of course, at that time, I did not think it was funny. It's funny now. Truly, it really is, because she's hilarious. But at that time, I was like, yo, this girl is really playing with me. Like, what in the world is wrong with you? Like, why are you so, like, why do you have a problem with me so bad that you really is trying to antagonize me right now? So she's staring at me, smiling, like you got a problem, like, type of look. And I'm just like, yo, like, I wasn't like that. I was more like, yo, what is wrong with her? Like, so since I was getting irritated, I was like, yo, I gotta dip. Like, I gotta go. So literally, like I said, I was already having these thoughts, like, I gotta get up out of here. So when she did that face, I was like, it's time for me to really get up out of here. So I said that to her. I said, Mrs., you know what? I'm just gonna go upstairs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I'm gonna just go upstairs. And she was like, what? No, like, let's talk about it. I was like, no, don't worry about it. Like, I'm just gonna go. And while I'm saying this, I'm walking towards the stairs. Like, you know, it was probably like a good couple of steps to the stairs though. Like, if I can like say like where, like, this is where we was praying at, right? I'll say like the stairs is all the way here. Like, it was a good walk, you know what I'm saying, to get to the steps. So anyway, there was a good amount of time to get to the steps. So I was just like, all right. While I was walking away, I wanted to like be respectful to Mrs. and still like communicate back to her, because she was talking to me. Like, she was like, no, don't go. I'm like, nah, it's cool. Like, don't you worry about it. It's okay. You know, I like praise and worship better anyways, or something like that. I said something along those lines. Like, don't you worry about it. Like, I really was trying to convince her, like, let me go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do not do this, please. Like, I was, and I'm already walking away. Just let me go, seriously, right? And I didn't want to be rude to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So while I'm walking away and I'm saying this, Mrs. was about to say, like, no, they should get back here or something like that. Like, she was about to say something else, because like I said, she was not trying to let me go. So as she was getting ready to say that, here goes Chanel. I was like, yo, this girl really is like, she's choking me right now. I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. You're really, you know what I'm saying? So she literally was like, bye, Dottie. Bye, Dottie. Bye. Like, she's like, no, Mrs., let her go. Let her go. Bye, Dottie. Bye. Like, I was like, yo. I'm literally like, all right. So immediately my body turns back into her direction. Like I said, like, if we was over here and the stairs was over here, I'm walking over this way. She's saying that from over here. So I'm like, I bet. What did you say to me, sis? All right, so I hit that little bend. I said, what? And she was like, you heard me. You heard me. So immediately I'm getting like really pissed off, because like I said, like, from the very morning, I had the little birdie send me a message. So from that moment, I was already on defense mode. I'm definitely on guard. I got my sword and my shield. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So once I realized, like, okay, this is immature of you, Daisha, I need to go upstairs. I'm trying to put my sword and my shield back away. But she wouldn't let me. She said, Daisha, stop putting it away. Daisha, hit me with your sword. Daisha, hit me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was already on edge. So when that happened, it was just like, bye, Dottie. Oh, word? So I'm literally proceeding towards her. Like, I'm walking towards her at this point. And honestly, at that point in my brain, everybody else was gone. It was just me and her in that room. I totally forgot where I was. I forgot who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I knew was there's a problem. We need to solve it. And she's my opponent. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, let's do this. Like, I wasn't paying attention to anything else. Like, I lost all logic at that point. I lost my mind. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to my anger, like, that's one thing about it. Like, it freaks me out. Like, especially when it gets to that point. Like, when I'm hurting someone and I don't have any, like, memory of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that freaks me out, because honestly, to this very day, I don't remember. Like, I remember bits and pieces, but I can't tell you in a whole chronological sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you my perspective, and I'm gonna tell you what my stepbrother had told me what happened. Because I definitely asked him. I did, like, at the end of it all, like when we went back home and everything, like, it felt so weird. Like, I dad went to him and I was like, bro, can you tell me what happened? And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, earlier today, like, when we was downstairs. He said, Daisha. Like, dad was like, what are you talking about? Like you was there. I was like, bro, just tell me. Just tell me. Like, just tell me. Stop playing. Just tell me. Like, All right. So he told me, because I didn't want to tell nobody like, oh, I can't remember because I black out. Like, it made me feel like I was like, it really made me feel like I needed medication or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I already had a problem with eating. So on top of that, like, I get mad and I can't remember things, and I hurting people. Like, I'm hurting people to like in ways that like really, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like. And that was big for me personally because, like I said, I'm not a fighter. Like, I don't just be going around getting in fights. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and when people, like, have a problem with me, like, I don't feed into it. So, majority of people just kind of, like, drop it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's with me personally. Like, see, now with Chanel, like, she was talking about my brother. So, I'm feeding in, baby. Bad copy, like, problem is granted, like, you got it, right? But if you just out there in a grapevine saying this, it doesn't matter. I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. Like, it doesn't matter. So I really didn't get into situations because people never really brought it to me like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, only way I went looking for a situation is if it involved my brothers. Like, seriously, like, if you did something to one of my brothers, bro, you're gonna hear from me. Like, you are, like, no doubt. Now, let's get back to the story. So, right, I'm in the church, in a church house. While they right upstairs praising God's name, I'm downstairs fighting my demons. Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm walking up towards her and whatever. She's like, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. So I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell y'all when I don't remember no more. And this is what my stepbrother told me, okay? So I'm going to get back and forth. I'm going to go back and forth between what I do remember and what I don't. So I remember this part, right? So I'm walking up to her and she's like, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm like, bet, like, good. Like, I don't want you to be scared of me. Because one thing about it with me, like, I don't like it when people feel intimidated by me because that makes me feel like I'm a bully. And at this point, I want the problem. So now I'm going to want to hit you, like, really bad. And then, like, you're going to be intimidated. And that's going to make me feel crazy. Like, I'm going to feel like I'm this big, bad wolf. And I'm not. So I was like, good. Like, no problem or whatever, right? So apparently, honestly, at that point, we was talking ish. I don't remember exactly what we were saying. Not because I blacked out, but it's just been a while. So I don't remember exactly how much ish talking was going on and what exactly was said. But that part I do remember. While we was ish talking, she got up because she was leaning back on the chair or something like that. Like, it was a high chair. She was leaning back on it. Like, she was on her feet, but she was leaning back on it, you know? So she stood up like, I'm not scared of you, whatever. I was like, good. Like, that's perfect. Like, so what you want to do? I done dropped my bag. You know, I had myself a nice little handbag. You know, I used to use that as a book bag. And even when it wasn't a school day, I still wore that thing. And we here now, right? So we're like, you know, face to face or whatever. And all I remember, like, is she swung at me. Like, she took the first swung. I said, boop. Yo, I don't know. It made me... Anyway, so she swung on me and I said, boop. And as soon as she swung on me, Mrs. had came over and she, like, tried to separate it. While Mrs. is in between us, she's like, girl, stop it, cut it out. This is not for something, you know, say whatever she was saying. She was in between us, but she wasn't like this or anything. She was just standing there, right? And then one of her little sisters, I tell you, like, she got like 3 little sisters. So one of her little sisters, she came over, she was like, oh, she can't fight, like, talking about me, like, she can't fight, like, talking to her sister. So I don't know, that was like a challenge accepted to me for some reason. I don't know, like, I hate, I'm telling you, I really don't want to tell you, like, I don't like this story. Like, this is not my finest moments. It really isn't. But that's the type of timing I was on. That's just the truth, okay? So, when she said that, I was like, I can't? All right, bet. So, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm, like, really embarrassed right now. Okay.
You're not embarrassed. This is really embarrassing.
Literally, I blacked out. It's because immediately, like, I was challenged and I almost just got hit. Like, a lot going on. So I was like, all right, I'm pissed off. Like, so I blacked out, right? I don't remember this part. So my brother had told me, my stepbrother, he was like, as soon as she said that, like, I'm gonna tell it how he said it, bro, because it's so funny. So I'm gonna have to tell it to y'all that way. So he was like, yo, bro, after her little sister said that, bro, Daisha, I told y'all, I was not expecting this. Like, he was standing up telling me the story, so he was acting it out. Like, he was like, you stepped into this whole little demeanor. I was like, yo, this guy is hilarious, right? So he literally was like, as soon as she said that, like, you stepped into that thing and you just kind of like moved around Mrs. and swung on her. So I swung on her and she like, you know, hit back. But as soon as I swung on her, he said, what's it called? Chanel, like, she saw me coming, so she had her other hand ready to bonk me, right? But I don't know. I can't. It's so weird to tell this story without memory, because it's like, how did that happen? But anyway, so like, I guess I saw it coming, because I don't know. That's what he said. Like, I'm gonna just tell y'all what he said. So he literally was like, you connected with her. She went to connect with me. I went like that and laid another one down on her. And then at that point, that's when, like, it was mad commotion going on. Like, it was like she was just swinging her arms or whatever. So I was like, you know, like, it was like my head was getting knocked or whatever. Like she was hitting me like that, like, you know, like this and stuff. But like, I'm, you know, like that. So what I remember, like, after this, like, this is the part when I start remembering again. Mrs., like, she couldn't stop us, so she moved out of the way. So Miss, she tried to pull her niece away, you know what I'm saying? So she's trying to pull at her, but she's not trying to, like, she's not moving nowhere. Like, she wasn't, like, you know how when some people are scared to break up a fight, it's like they're like this, like, far away, like, get over here. They're not really in it to, like, grab yourself and, like, let's go. Like, she wasn't doing that. Like, she was like this, like, come on, let's go, stop that. Like, it wasn't doing nothing. Of course she ain't gonna go nowhere, like. so literally, like, that's what she was doing, whatever. And I remember, I'm back or whatever, like, by my blackout, like, was coming, I don't know, whatever. So I'm remembering, and I'm seeing her doing that, and I'm just like, what the heck, whatever. So I'm still trying to fight, whatever. But Mrs., like, she like, this is before she moved out completely, so I'm still trying to fight, whatever. She's still trying to fight. Like, it was mad commotion. So then once Mrs. moved, Miss was still, like, trying to pull her back. But once Mrs. moved, her, like, Chanel's cousin, who was a boy, big as ever, like 6 foot something, like, he's tall as ever, like, he came, like it's like they traded places. It was like he told her to move or something. I don't know, that's just what it looked like to me. I don't know. But when she moved, he came right in, and he, like, came right in front of me, and like was, like, trying to push me back, like, block me from seeing her. So I'm over here, like, I can't see. So he, like, I'm over here, like, trying to move him around, whatever. I'm not, one thing about it, like, I don't really fight other people unless you're trying to fight me. Like, if you're trying to stop it, I can, like, if I'm not blacked out, I suppose I'll speak for it in that sense, because I don't know. But if I can tell that you're not trying to hurt me while I'm hurting this person, then I'm not going to, like, start fighting you. Like, I don't like it when people do that. Like, when people are, like, trying to break up a fight and you just start fighting them. Like, what are you doing that for? Like, they didn't do anything to you. Like, fight that person. If they try to break it up, just, you know, let them do it, I guess. I don't know. I understand the heat of the moment, because that's how I was. Like, I was like, bro, move. Like, move. Like, I'm dead, like, playing basketball with them, trying to shuffle, you know, like, but he wasn't moving, whatever, and he came behind me, and he, like, picked me off. Like, he, like, picked, like, it was like, once he moved, I'm thinking I had the green card. I go try to charge after her. Like, he come from behind me and, like, picks me up and, like, moves me this way, like, and I was just like, what the heck? You ever got picked up? And then, like, you wasn't expecting it, and then you just end up in a new location. It's like, where am I? So it felt like that a little bit. And that's when she got me so good, guys. I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. She got me so good. She sucked me right in my eyeball. I said, ow. Like, literally, like, she picked me up, put me back down. She said, blank. I said, oh. Yo. It had me so mad. Like, at that time, like, it's funny now, but at that time, like, when I felt my head go that like, immediately, I'm like, oh no. Like, oh no. Like, so I remember that, right? That's the part I remember. So at that point, honestly, I blacked out, because you hit me in my face. That's like, that, I don't know. I don't think anybody likes to get hit in their face, but, like, when I get hit in my face, it's a different kind of trigger for me. So it really bothers me, like, to extreme extents. So she hit me in my face. Granted, of course, we're fighting. What else you gonna do? But it just was like, girl. I was there like, yo, like, I bet. So I literally, like, blacked out again. So he was telling me, like, he was like, yo, when she socked you, he was like, yo, when she socked you, your head, he was like, your head went back, and you just immediately was like, like, it was like, because he still was trying to hold me. Like, he put me down, but he was still trying to hold me. So my arms is still like this, you know, like, while my head go back. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, you immediately just broke out of that thing and just start two-piecing her. Like, you just rushing her like, bah, 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 bah. And she fell. And I just went on top of her. I'm like, bah, bah. I'm like going off at this point. It was really a mess. And I'm on top of her for a good amount of time. At this point, Mrs. and Mrs. don't want no smoke with us. Like, Miss was still there, like, traumatized, like, oh my gosh, no. But Mrs., like, she darted up the stairs to try to get my dad. But, you know, my dad is a minister. So the next best one is my stepmother, because my mother wasn't going to that church. So she was like, she was upstairs getting my stepmother. Like, I didn't know this at the time. I just know this now. But they was nowhere to be found. That's all I know. Like, I had time to do what I needed to do, type of thing. Like, nobody, like, even her cousin was done. Like, everybody was just like, damn. You know, like, nobody, like, everybody was done trying to separate it. Like, it was over. Like, it was just me and her at that point. They let it go. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, all I hear is, Daisha! Like, severely. Like with authority. Like, Daisha! I was like, oh. Like, it was like, but it was like, I heard it like in an echo. Like, it was like 3 times, like, Daisha! And then that was one. I was like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, you know, like, Daisha! I'm like, you know, Daisha! I was like, what? What is that? Guys, so I'm gonna have to do a part 2 for this story time, because it's longer than I expected for it to be. Like, the last time I told it, like, I was dry as ever and I missed a lot of details. So I'm definitely gonna have to do a part 2 for this story time. Don't hate me, because it's probably gonna be a serious type of cliffhanger, like the way I have to edit it. Like, I'm like in the middle of editing right now, and I had to just come back and make this video real quick, because I'm like, this is gonna be a long story time, like, and it shouldn't even be that long, but it is. So, but now, do me a big favor, give me a like, a comment, share with your friends, subscribe, tell me what you would have done in the situation, tell me how crazy I am, whatever. I don't care. Give me a good comment, share with your friends, tell them about how important it is to manage your emotions, etc, etc, etc. And like I said again, please subscribe, be a part of the family. Like, we're all in this together, and you know what I'm saying? So let's be in this together, baby. I'll see you next week. Bye.